Okay.
All right. So I'm doing this thing for Road Trip Nation, and I was very interested in music. And so I had to choose someone that I thought is successful in music. And since a young age, I always looked up to you for drums and how you went about music and whatnot. So that's why I came in to interview you for this.
Thanks a lot for thinking about it along. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I'm excited. I'm cool. That's all right, Chris.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So a couple questions. Like one, like how at a young age, how did you know like music was a thing that you wanted to do?
Well, I started about when I was like in elementary school, and my mom used to have a band that rehearsed in the living room, right? And ever since that band started rehearsing in the living room, and I would say I was around about 4 or 5 or something like that, and I got a chance to, it's an old song that Aretha Franklin, that they were doing by Aretha Franklin, and I got a chance to play Respect on the drums, and he put the seat down, the drummer put the seat down for me, and I got on and started wheeling with the band. The whole band joined in, so that's how I knew I wanted to be a drummer. You know, that's how I got into music. But I got my first drumming bug. You know.
And so just from there, you just was like, from there, you knew that's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted to do ever since I was a kid. That's what I wanted to be a drummer. So that's what I pursued on.
So, like, would you say doing drum, even how the market is saying like, oh, being in bands and whatnot is hard, would you still, out of everything, that would be the number one thing?
You know what? You know, looking back and different things, even though they say being a musician and everything is hard, but it's the thing that I have the love of the craft itself. I don't care if it's going to be a hard situation, if it's going to be a no money making situation. I just love the craft at the age I'm at now. At one time I was making a whole bunch of money being a drummer and being in the music business. But it's just the love for the craft of being a drummer, period, because it's a pressure releasing situation that you can use to release a lot of stress. Trust me, it works for me, you know.
And
then it's the artistry of it,
and the freedom, you know. Like you can do what you want, you can play whatever you want.
Right, you can express yourself the way you want to. Right.
Yeah. So for anyone who like was thinking about trying to get into the whole music industry, what would you say would be the best way to go about that?
The best way to go about it, you know, with the way the modern technology they have nowadays, they got the internet, the different websites you can go to, the different distribution, like YouTube, different distribution companies that they have, YouTube, cdbaby.com, places like that you can get your music out there. And it's not necessarily you have to get signed with a record label nowadays. It's just if you get into marketing and you have a good marketing technique, you can market yourself basically. You don't need a record company. But the only reason you probably go to a record company is help you distribute your CDs, and you know they have a distribution network that it's kind of hard to build up something to that caliber as far as your distribution, as far as your CDs and stuff. But as far as getting your face out there, and internet got that covered. You can get your face out there. You can do a number of different things in order to get your music out there. You know.
I guess so. Basically, compared to back in the days where you actually had to go meet people and all this, things have changed since technology.
Oh, the technology has, sometimes still you have to be in the right place at the right time. You know, that situation still stands, be in the right place at the right time. But, you can kind of like put yourself out there with the way the internet and everything is going on nowadays, with the cdbaby.com, as I said, and yahoo.com, the different apps that they have for, marketing yourself, like YouTube, for instance, Facebook, stuff like that. It's a lot of marketing gadgets that's for free that you can do. You just sign up and put the stuff on there and make sure you have the stuff copyrighted. You know what I'm saying? Because you might wind up one day, like I wound up one day, and a friend of mine, we dropped some music off at A&M Records that time. That's when Quincy was head of the A&R department, a guy named Ned Eckstein was head of the A&R department at A&M Records back in the day. And we go back up to Oakland, and we sit in front of the TV one day. Guess what we hear? Our music on the TV. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you knew where it came from, because I asked Carl at the time, did you get the stuff copywritten before you dropped it off at A&M? No, the copyrights were sitting up in his briefcase, and they knew it wasn't copyrighted because they researched it. They got networks they can research and see which songs they already have copyrights on them and stuff like that. And I said, we know our stuff was on the TV, and we couldn't get paid because it wasn't out anymore. It was Quincy Jones and Ed Eckstein. So hey, you know.
So were there anyone that really like inspired you just like to really push your music?
They had first and foremost, my mom was a Grammy winner in the industry. She was the first one that really got inspired to be a drummer and get into the music arts. But then again, being from New Orleans, they've got like a lot of different homegrown acts down there, like the Neville Brothers, the Meters. You know, I went on the road with George Porter over in Paris at one time with him. You know, these were like world-renowned acts out there. You know, and I got the chance to interact, and then I ran into a guy named Sherman Bernard that works for a production company. Then actually, I got into sound engineering by. It was just a luck of the draw. My mom, sound engineer, didn't show up one day. You know, that at that time she was doing her own sound gear, and she called me up and asked me could I come out there and hook some sound up for her. You know, because sound is a basic wiring schematic. It goes in. What goes in got to come out somewhere, right? But anyways, I got thrown into sound, and then after I got with her, went out a couple of weekends with her. I went and got with this production company, Bernard Productions down in New Orleans, and I got to a real big scale, like doing jazz festivals and stuff and what have you. And that's when I got the sound bug. I mean, I'd go to anybody's show, man, if they don't really know what kind of board you have. That's the kind of board you have. Matter of fact, I really got into showing some young engineers, and I really want to get a situation happening where I want to get a production company that can teach sound, staging, putting on festivals and stuff like that, trying to teach them how to set up and produce a show like that at that caliber, from staging to greeting the artist, you know what I'm saying? Staging, lighting, sound. Get down, Shemaya. Get down, baby. And stuff like that. I hope I can get this grant written up to get this money, to get this equipment, and get this staging, and get a spot where I can start teaching them and hook up with the city, because actually I really want to do like a local Moreno Valley festival, whatever. I don't know what the deal is with Moreno Valley, what they're known basically for oranges. I don't know what their food is.
Yeah.
But I want to find out something ethnic that's going to go down in the new city of Moreno Valley. It's just going to be from the city of Moreno Valley. Like the outside counties and cities can come to the festival, but it's going to be based off whatever's going on for the city of Moreno Valley since I've been out here so long.
Well, that's about all that I have for the whole interview. But it was thanks for letting me get to know more about the whole music.
Whenever you want to come back and ask me some more questions, be my guest. Because I help change those diamonds.
All right.